Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. We're always living life up to no grid. Out here picking some zucchini today, and it looks like I should have brought a basket. Anyway, come along with me today, and let's see what an average day at the ranch looks like when your husband's stuck inside with 2 broken ribs. Y'all, the garden's looking really good. We've had a lot of rain, and I'm gonna say that that's probably got a lot to do with it. I have been keeping up with the pruning of my tomatoes, so I think that's been helping too, but I'm gonna need a basket for everything else that I need to get, so I'm gonna go get that. And then next we're gonna go down and move some pigs. While I'm in the garden this morning, I noticed a lot of my basil is growing really tall and leggy, and for some reason I'm good at growing basil. I'm not really sure why, but I'm not really good at anything else, growing anything else. But anyway, I'm gonna top this off similar that you would do to mint or rosemary, and then I'll just dehydrate. Oh, hello, little grasshopper. He's an interesting guy. I'll dehydrate these and add them to my spice cabinet. By topping these off, they'll get bushier. And as you can see, my herbs are a little bit out of hand. My rosemary is growing really well. I have basil everywhere. I'm not mad about it. The mint also needs top, so I'm going to top it as well. And there's not much here to do a whole lot with as far as mint goes, but it smells great. I'll either add it to my water, make a hot tea this evening, something of that sort, which I'll probably go ahead and top some of this lemon balm for the same reason, just to add to some tea. These chives need cut back. I do have my scissors. Kid scissors work really well in the garden for trimming back anything. On further thought, maybe we'll have some buttered potatoes, and I'll add some rosemary and basil to some potatoes this evening. If those tomatoes get ripe, I might do tomatoes instead, we'll see, but that sounds delicious. I'm so ready for some fresh herbs and fresh garden produce. So interestingly enough, I came down to move pigs, and there were pigs out where there's not supposed to be any pigs. I'm not sure how they got through, not sure, but they followed me into this paddock we aren't using, and now I'm going to get them over with the others again, which is where they want to go. So it shouldn't be a hard move. Just got to open this gate and let them through. Don't bite my fingers. Guys, don't bite. Don't bite. No biting. All right, let's get you guys through, shall we? Okay, what if I come through? You want to come through with me? You want to come through with me? Yeah, there you go. Come on. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. One more. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on. Over here. Over here. Ouch. Don't bite my feet. There's an opening right here, doofus. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see? Right here. Come on through. Oh my lanta. That was entirely too much work. It's feeding time. And I'm late. And they're going to let me know it. So, guess we better get to that. All right, y'all, we're running a little low on feed. Not terribly bad, but enough that the trailer will not stay tilted down. Of course, these chickens are starving as always. I actually think I may need to make a feed run this morning. All right, come on now, we can all share. Well, we know the fence is hot. Now, y'all, I don't usually feed my pigs just on the ground. I have feeders for them. But we've had so much rain that ground is wore out next to their feeders. So, till we can get some sun this coming week, this is the best option. While my regular garden has been pretty well thriving, my secret garden, as I refer to it, I have not been paying as much attention to. And there are definitely some things in here starting to take off due to the amount of rain and cooler temps, unusually for us this time of year. I think is why the peas are coming on. So my beets are thriving as far as leaves go. I'm not really sure about the physical beets themselves. I wanted to come down here and pull a couple that look like this, just little bitty things, and see if the ones in between will grow a little better. Admittedly, I should have thinned these early on, but this is my first time growing beets, and I really don't know what I'm doing. Making it up as we go, as with everything else here at the ranch. Okay, y'all. Time to break out the heavy machinery. Actually, this is our little electric mini truck, and it just works really well for running errands, binding down peg lines, hauling trash, or bringing up the groceries. And it's super quiet because it's all electric or battery powered, or however you want to say it. So before I can figure out where the pigs are out at, I need to come down here and get the grocery delivery, because there's cottage cheese in here. And it's going to get hot today. On another note, this is an all battery powered vehicular, but that means it needs charged, and when you live off grid, that can sometimes be an issue. But we've had this for about a year now, and honest to goodness, I think we've only charged it maybe a handful of times. We just don't take it very far, so it lasts a long time, and we really thought we would have to replace the batteries in here as soon as we got it, but so far it seems to be holding up okay. Okay, y'all, I'm not sure that I really know where the pigs got out. I just have a theory that the fence isn't hot. I'm not going to touch it and find out because, well, I get bit enough by the electric fence on an accident. I'm darn sure not going to do it on purpose. So we're going to go gather some fence supplies because I need to move Doc and Mabel, and also turn off the electric fence, do some work, and then turn everybody out again. Our orchard that we planted is doing quite well, actually. That tree right over there was a storm damaged tree that we bought. It's got quite a bit of green going on it, and this one right here in front also is a storm damaged tree. It's doing fantastic. I'm going to start the paddock right here. I've got a gate / handle right there, so I can swing this whole line out to here. Let's get to it. Looks like I forgot my hammer back at the barn. That's okay. We're going to improvise with a piece of brick we found in the back of the truck. This ground's so soft from all this rain, I don't think it'll be a big deal. In order to minimize how much work I have to do on the weekends, then it's just easier to kind of rotationally graze. And by that, I mean I can rotate these month, eat the toddlers once a month, and rotate the teenagers once a month. And that means that really 3 weeks out of a month, I'm moving pigs on the weekends because Zach and I both have regular day jobs. We don't get to do this full time. This fence isn't hot, y'all, but Miss Mabel here, she's real smart.
So she's walking around right now, and she's just getting a visual, taking note where her new boundaries are. And one walkabout is about all it takes. She won't test that wire. I'll make sure it's hot just in case, but she's not going to test it because she knows where her boundaries are now. So it's a little bit wet in the field, and I almost got stuck. Luckily, I was able to turn her hard and get out of here. But I will say this little truck's probably going to need some tires, and we'll have to make that investment sooner rather than later, especially if this muddy weather's going to keep up. Y'all, we had an oopsie. And actually, we didn't have an oopsie. I made an oopsie. So I knew we were getting low on feed. In fact, I think I mentioned it earlier. But the bottom line is we're low on feed. And I thought we would go to the feed store today, but they closed early to go to a local event. Didn't anticipate that. So that means feed store won't be open until Monday, which means I need to take an actual inventory to see what we've got. We can always, hey, ducks, take it easy on the feed. I just said we're running low. Anywho, we're not going to run out. No animals around here are going to starve. I've got some apples over at the neighbors I can go pick. That'll help supplement. And then we also have some grain that we can, like, this is like a mixed feed with nuts and grain and pellets and things. We have a true grain that I can ferment and feed to the toddlers. So, not a big deal. It's just cutting it a little closer than I would like. But for now, back to
Well, we are nearing the end of the day. I've already showered once, finished inventory to figure out where we're at on the feed situation. Now it's time to feed the rabbits, feed the pigs again, and then we're going to call it a day. So thanks for following along with us today. This was not really much of an informative video necessarily. Just another average Saturday here at the ZR90 Ranch. As you can see, these guys are ready for food. All right, y'all. As always, thanks for watching. Appreciate all of you that support us. And we will see you next time. Remember, never a dull day at the ranch.